Hello everybody. Today's topic is Unit 9B. I've been afraid of it for years. We are going to talk about phobias, about our phobias and words related to fear. Our grammar theme is present perfect plus for and since. Then pronunciation, sentence stress. At the beginning, I want to discuss about this picture. What do you see in this picture? There are different kind of things, yes, in this picture. And the question is, look at the picture. How many things can you see that some people have a phobia of? What is the word phobia? A phobia is an irrational fear of something that is unlikely to cause harm. Phobias are a type of anxiety disorder. You see, a person is afraid of something. Here we have some things. Let's count or just find these words. What do you see? It's number 13. Yes, for some nationalities, number 13 is an unlucky or unhappy number. Then we see thunderstorm, lightning, some planes, snake, spider, button we have here like as rats here. Then the person who is standing on the top, on the last floor, on the of the building. Then what is it? It's an injection. And maybe it's like a lift that we have clowns, yes? So why these pictures are put here? Now let's see the key. So let's just see all the answers. Yes, how many words did we find that some people have a phobia of? What are they? Spiders, flying, snakes, small spaces. Then the number 13. The next word is bats, public speaking, clowns, high places, and injections. I think we have found all of these words from this picture. Then we have exercise B. Look at the names of 5 phobias. These are types of phobias. Yes? Match them to explanations A to E. You see, dear students, here we have the word acrophobia. Do you know this word? It's a fear of heights. Then agoraphobia. What's agoraphobia? Who knows? I think you have heard this word, but you don't pay attention what does it mean, yeah? Agoraphobia, it is agoraphobia, a fear of places or situations that trigger fear or helplessness. Do you understand? It's a fear of places or situations that trigger fear or helplessness. The third word we have the word glossophobia. Glossophobia. What is it, glossophobia? Do you know? So, glossophobia, it is fear of speaking in public. Fear of speaking in public. Then we have the word claustrophobia. What is claustrophobia? Have you heard this word before? Claustrophobia, it is a fear of confined or crowded spaces. A fear of confined or crowded spaces. Then we have arachnophobia. What is it, arachnophobia? Who knows? Arachnophobia. Arachnophobia is a fear of spiders. Most people are afraid of spiders, yes? So we have coped with this task, and now you should put all these words to this what places, boxes. But first of all, you should know what to read this part and put these words to each letter's box. Okay, I think we'll do it later. Then we have here again some explanations. Find in the texts the noun made from the adjective afraid. It's connected with our grammar, be afraid. Then one adjective which means very afraid, and two synonyms for afraid. So why not to see the word here? The noun from the adjective afraid, feared. And one adjective which means very afraid, terrified means. Two synonyms for afraid, it's frightened and scared. Frightened and scared. And we have also listening here, listening exercise 4.20. So be ready, be attentive, and listen to our listening comprehension. Are you ready? Now let's hide our
4.20. 1.
Do you have any phobias?
Yes. I'm terrified of bats.
Really? How long have you had the phobia?
I've had it for about 40 years. Since I was 12 years old. At my school, we had a swimming pool, and the changing rooms were in an old building near the pool. On the first day at school, our teacher told us that there were bats in there, and that we shouldn't move around too much as they might start flying around and get into our hair. She also said we mustn't turn the lights on because this would wake up the bats. We had to change as quickly and quietly as possible.
Did a bat ever fly into your hair?
No, nothing ever happened. But I was terrified just at the thought of it.
Does it affect your life at all?
Yes. I often feel very nervous or start to panic if I'm outside when it's beginning to get dark, which is when bats appear. If I'm sitting in my garden in the evening, I always have a tennis racket, so if a bat flies near me, I can protect myself. And I can't watch a TV documentary about bats, or even look at them in photos.
2. Do you have any phobias? Yes, I get very bad claustrophobia. How long have you had the phobia? It just started one morning about 10 years ago. I was going to work on the train, and it was very crowded. I started thinking that if there were an accident, I'd never get out. I had a panic attack, and I sort of felt my heart beating very quickly. I had to get off the train. How does your phobia affect your life? Well, I can't travel on crowded trains. I never ever travel on the underground because my worst nightmare would be if the train stopped in the tunnel. I also try to avoid lifts. What else? Oh yes, if I'm flying, I must have an aisle seat. I can't sit by the window.
3.
Do you have any phobias?
Yes, I have a pretty unusual phobia. I'm scared of clowns.
Clowns? Really? How long have you had it?
I've had it for a long time, since I was a child.
How did it start?
Well, I remember I went on a school trip to the circus when I was 6 or 7 years old, and there were clowns. I thought they were sort of stupid, but I wasn't really afraid of them. Then I went to a birthday party, and there were clowns, and they were showing us how to paint our faces, and I found I didn't like being near them. At first, I just didn't like them, but over the years, my feelings have changed to fear.
Does your phobia affect your life at all?
Not really, because luckily I don't see clowns very often.
Okay. We have just listened to the interview where 3 people, they told about their fears, about their phobias, and how did these phobias affect on their life. 3 persons told about their life is here. And here we have 3 questions, then 3 answers you should put here. Listen to the 3 people talking about their phobias, answer questions, 1 for each person. You have just listened to it, and the first question is, what is he or she afraid of? One of them is afraid of what? Clowns. One of them from spiders maybe. The next question is, when did it start? They told about their phobias when they started, yes? The next one, how does it affect his or her life? Here we have kids, but I think I want to give this table for you as a homework for the next time, this one and this one. You see, 2 exercises here, remember it. Then after it, we have, you should again listen to this exercise and do exercise B, then C. Now let's come to our grammar. So for today we should take grammar present perfect plus foreign since. So for it we should go to page 142 where we have a grammar theme. Let's go there. So you see 9b, what is it? 9b, it's the present perfect plus 4 or since. Let's listen to some sentences, then we'll continue to discuss, okay?
4.21.
Where do you live now?
In Manchester.
How long have you lived there?
I've lived there for 20 years.
Where do you work?
In a primary school.
How long have you worked there?
I've worked there since 2005.
Okay, so you have just listened to these sentences. Where do you live now? In Manchester. This is just present simple. The next sentence, how long have you lived there? I lived there for 20 years. You see, for 20 years I've lived. This is the form of present perfect tense. So, in this next sentence, the same situation is, where do you work? In a primary school. How long have you worked there? I've worked there since 2005. For 20 years, then since 2005. What do you notice here? Now let's try to understand. We use present perfect for and since to talk about actions and states which started in the past and are still true now. You see here, it started in the past and are still what? In action. Example, I've lived in Manchester for 20 years. For 20 years. It means I came to live in Manchester 20 years ago and I live in Manchester now. You see, the action started in the past and is still true now here. But there are some exceptions. Yes, don't use the present simple in this type of sentence. I've lived in Manchester for 20 years. It's a wrong sentence. Don't use these kind of sentences in your speech. And use how long to ask questions about the duration, time, yes, of an action or a state. And when do we use for and since? In these sentences, you see when do we use, yes? Now, let's listen to the theory. Use for plus a period of time. It's a period of time. For 2 weeks, for 10 years, for a long time. Example, I've had this car for 3 months. It means that this person is driving this car for 3 months. Then use since, yes? With the beginning of a period of time, it's the starting point. Since 1980, since last June. I'm living, for example, I have lived in Osho for 20 years, for example. I've been afraid of spiders since I was a child. From his childhood, he was afraid of spiders. Understood? So, here on the next page, we have exercise for grammar. Please do them at home, and then we'll check according to the key, okay? This is our grammar theme for today. If you have questions, you can give me or send me or write me to my email. Then let's come back to our theme. So here we have reading word text, text for reading. Before doing this exercise, you should read the word text about phobias. Scared, the text is called or is named Scared of Spiders. Take this pill. Let's read this text and try to understand. And there are some highlighted words. You should learn the meaning of these words and word combinations. Let's start reading. There are many different kinds of phobias, and they affect at least a quarter of the population. But doctors believe that they may soon have a cure. They have discovered that a drug, which is given to patients suffering from tuberculosis, can also help people to overcome their phobias. You see, it is the first paragraph. How these phobias sometimes affect people's own population. The next one. The normal treatment for people with strong phobias is some kind of exposure therapy. It's treatment here. The most commonly used exposure therapy involves gradually exposing people to the object or situation that produce the fear. For example, if you have a dentist phobia, you must first sit in the waiting room of a dentist, then talk to the dentist, and then sit in the dentist's chair. These exposures are combined with relaxation techniques. However, exposure therapy does not work every day for everybody, and doctors think that the new drug, which causes change to a part of the brain, which is used in learning and memory, could be used in the future to make this therapy more effective. Michael Davis at Emory University School of Medicine, Atlanta, Georgia did a study with 30 acrophobics, people who are scared of heights, and put them in a glass lift that appeared to go up and down. The people who were given the pill felt much less afraid than those who took a placebo. You see, this is some person here, some doctors, they made an experiment about on persons who has or who have phobias. So, after reading this text, you should do this exercise, true or false. Are these sentences true or false according to the text? According to this text. And for speaking, we have look at the big questions. What two sentences are they? What are the missing words? You should find the missing words here. Have, then, how long, have a pet, the learning yes, name. We should put them. Then, for the next time, for today, it's all over. Yes, students, and you have 4 tasks. Yes, grammar task you have, the task with the text, then you have also here to fill the gaps, and for listening you have also 1 task. At home you should do 4 exercises. If you have questions, you can give me. I have already mentioned about it. Yes, okay, for today it's over. Thank you. See you next time.